What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here. It is Tier List Tuesday, hopefully, by the time I get this edited and out. If you've watched the channel for a while, you know that usually in March, we've done these things called March Badness. We've done these tournaments of bad music. We did albums one year, we did songs the next. Today, instead of a tournament, or throughout this month, instead of a tournament, we're going to be doing bad music themed tier lists. So today we are starting with bad album covers. Now, if you go online and search for the worst album covers of all time, a lot of what you will see is like private press, a lot of church groups that made their own records and things, and they had no budget and no design ability, and you ended up with some like ridiculous things. So I highly recommend looking through those. They're hilarious, but that is not what we are doing today. I tried to stick to bands that you've maybe heard of or might be familiar with. Real, quote unquote, real albums, things that maybe even were on major labels. So that's what we're looking at. Tier wise, I think S tier means it's really bad, and F is like not that bad of an album cover. Okay, so let me share my screen here. First up, we've got Edema, Topple the Giants. In small form like this, actually doesn't look as bad as it is, but it is the most ridiculous Photoshop job that I've ever seen. I actually saw Edema live at an Ozfest once. I think he's like the cousin of Jonathan Davis from Korn or something like that too.
Yeah, I seem to remember having an Edema song that I heard once. It wasn't too terrible. I don't think it was off that album. That is a so S is bad or S
S
is
S
good?
is S is the worst, yeah.
Woo! Well, that could definitely be,
I think it's A tier.
yeah, probably A tier. I'm looking at some of these other ones.
Yeah.
Probably A tier.
Yeah. I think it's A. It's very bad, but not as offensive as some of the things coming up. Okay. Next up, this is a weird one because as a cover, not that bad. When you combine it with the album title, it becomes real bad. This is a record by Alice Cooper, and it is called Zipper Catches Skin. And we've got just this little streak of blood there.
This one's bad, but uh, I think it's kind of clever actually. I think it's like an F. F to
Oh yeah, you
me.
think it's F? I think it's maybe D. I don't think it's a good.
I can't really see what the text is on it.
It says Alice Cooper at the top in like this like light transparent red, and then I don't know what the rest of the text is. If it's just, it should have been like a denim, right? Like a denim color.
You'd think so.
Black Flag with this weird like yellow Mr. Yuck splatter face.
Pretty low rent for sure. Probably like a C. Like it's stupid, but
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if it's like really just the worst.
Next, we got Reality by David Bowie, one that I hear people complain about all the time, especially on our Bowie video. People were upset. I think you hate it, right?
Hmm.
I think it's a great cover. I think this is F. I only included it because I've heard so many other people say it sucks, but I like it.
I hate it. I hate the way Bowie looks, the weird Japanimation, Japanization of him. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. It made me not listen to the album for many years.
So where would you put it?
Mm, probably like a C or B.
All right, so it's C or D then. We'll put it C. So do you think it's better or worse than Toy? I think it's way
Toy
better.
is the worst.
Toy is
Toy
much worse, right?
is the worst. Toys and it's tough because for an artist like Bowie, you expect more. So when someone, brings something like this to the table, I feel like it should be almost an S just based on who it is. But probably like an A. I think there's worse.
Oh, there's worse, yes. Um, Next up, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Get this album cover where they're like on the moon and there's hot dogs for some reason on skewers.
I've never seen this one before. We'll have to blow this one up. Get in for a closer look. Live it up. Hot dogs on the moon. I don't know. Probably like a D,
Yeah.
C.
Yeah, it's the dumb but not the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Sticking with Crosby here, we got this I don't know what this is, like glamour shot type of thing with the double exposure in the ocean. It's very 70s.
hmm It's bad, but I'd say like a F probably for this list.
Yeah. Okay. And then we got Dolly bubbling over. She's coming out of this geyser. It's just her head flying out there.
It's pretty funny. I always assumed that her body was that cascade of water. I guess not. So that's just creepy. I'd say B.
Yeah, B feels good there.
Yeah,
It's funny though, so it's kind of
it
all
is
right.
humorous.
All right, next we got Kenny Loggins holding this glowing orb, wearing like a kimono and this like airbrushed art background.
I don't have many bad things to say about Mr. Kenny Loggins. I mean, it's super lame and cheesy, but it's probably like a D. I feel like it's better than the hot dogs on the moon.
All right, this is I don't even know if we can show this on YouTube. We've got a head coming out of a vagina.
Yes, this is a good one.
Chumbawamba, Anarchy.
Well, Chumbawamba sucks. I'm sure this album's terrible. And it's an arty cover. I'll say that. Unique. I don't think anyone else would have gone there, but it's probably an S.
It's
Just
definitely an S, yeah.
just
Terrible.
based on just their horrific nature.
Then we got Schoolboys in Disgrace by the Kinks with this cartoon schoolboy pulling down his pants for a beating.
Yeah. Uh it's bad. Not something you want to put on your album covers usually.
This to me
But
is right in line with the Black Flag kind of the
yeah,
cartoony. Yeah.
yeah, I'd say C. It's dumb and a stupid choice, but we've seen worse.
Next we got Rich Man by Climax Blues Band. It's this weird computer animation looking thing. Round head, smoking a cigar.
Yeah, it's a dumb one. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not a great illustration. I like the way the band's name is stylized, though. I don't know. This one's just seems dumb, but it's probably like a C or D. Like it's another one where it's
I think
a
it's a D.
stupid choice, but not like offensive and you know horrific like Toy and Anarchy.
This is a good one. Bret Michaels' Songs of Life
I mean, I don't know. Is there anything wrong with Bret Michaels just showing off the goods here?
on a record called Songs of Life, maybe.
That's probably true.
It's just so poorly put together. The big red font at the top and the bottom, and just a picture with a white
Yeah,
background.
2003. Like I feel like they should have known, but like that looks like a 1980s like low rent, hey, we don't have a label kind of thing. So,
It looks very no label, yes.
which apparently the label is Poor Boy. So,
Nailed it. uh,
uh,
this is
wherever.
like A or B, I
B,
think.
A? I'd say B probably.
Next, we got Millie Jackson sitting on the pot.
Uh, love Millie Jackson's early 70s work, but then she went a little crazy, I think. I'd probably say S or A because it's just so the wrong choice. That was 89. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got Metal Church hanging in the balance. So we've got this very large woman wearing some kind of like metal corset thing, about to tightrope walk.
It's a bad one, all right.
The circle is the weirdest thing to me. That black circle with the text on it. It's like, why is that
Hmm.
there?
Yeah, it's just a poor design. I'd say probably like a B. It's just really dumb.
You almost can't see it at this size, but she has a metal church tattoo on her arm too. It's like an inch away from the other metal church logo.
And it could maybe even A. I don't know. It's one of the more poorly designed, although apparently it's a great album, according to Collector's Guide to Heavy Metal.
Well, here's one we can definitely say is not a great album. We've got Pull It by the Monkees.
It is a bad album. Oh, album cover itself, I don't think it's that terrible. I think it's like an F. I think it's cute.
All right, then we've got Nelson, known for their iconic long blonde hair. Here they have swapped themselves out for a pair of dogs, but maintain the long locks.
Kind of hilarious if you ask me. It's, I guess it's kind of like I don't know if it's clever because it's like, okay, we're two really good looking dudes with long hair. We're gonna swap ourselves out so you can't stereotype us anymore. So to me, I don't mind it. It's like a D probably. Kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Lords of Acid, Pussy.
It's funny. I don't know
It's
if
funny. I think
it's
it kind of
smart.
fits their brand too, actually. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably like a D. I think it's a smart move for him.
all right, next up, we've got this No Effects record called Heavy Petting Zoo, where you've got this guy doing something to a sheep.
I mean, just the fact that, I mean, Heavy Petting Zoo is a hilarious pun. But that album certainly, the album cover certainly goes too far. There's an even better 12-inch vinyl cover of it. It's just ridiculous. Don't look that up. Don't put that on the screen. That's an S. That's got to be an S.
All right. All right. Then we've got Edgar Winter. They only come out at night. The next couple here really showing off the 70s trend of shirtless dudes.
I mean, Bret Michaels gets it right. If you're going to be a shirtless dude, be ripped, work out, hit the gym for, a couple of months before the photo shoot. Uh, I mean, I just can't imagine who this would appeal to on a cover of like a 70s rock dude.
His
I
hair is like back. Is he underwater? Is he supposed to be like a merman or something? What's going on?
I don't know. It's an A for me just based on the premise and just it doesn't make any sense. It's not as bad probably as the other A's, but it's just so
Yeah, I think it's a
ill
B.
thought of. B? All right, yeah, throw in B.
I think this next one's worse because of the group aspect of it, and their arms are around each other, and they're like, it's just weird. To me, that's an A, the Orleans
Yeah,
record.
throw that one in A.
All right, you might need a bigger close up of this Fates Warning one to see all the crazy, crazy shit going on it. Yeah,
It looks like it was drawn by like a 12-year-old boy
yeah.
with a kind of creepy Dungeons and Dragon, whatever kind of obsession. And it's just absolutely one of the most rinky-dink, low-budget album covers you could possibly ask for. So
We've
it's an A for me.
yeah, it's A. All right, then we got Pantera's got a couple like early ones that are real bad before they were like on a major label. Metal Magic is pretty strange.
Yeah, it's a weird like cat demon guy with a sword that doesn't make any sense. There's just nothing about this makes a lick of sense. It's not like intimidating or cool looking. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this one. It's probably an A.
Then we got this weird Brian Adams one called Get Up, where he's got this woman behind him. with her hands on his face. And he's just staring into the camera. I think it's going for like this, like kind of like chic, like perfume ad kind of feel,
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
and it's just weird.
I mean, it's bad, but I don't know. It's not like embarrassing. I'd probably put it in F.
You think it's F? Oh, I don't know. I think it's weirder than that. I think it's a D at least.
All right,
Also, just because like of who he is and like he had the thought that that was cool or something. So
probably true.
all right, then we have this very bizarre yeah yeah yeah's cover, the album Mosquito.
This was a mistake by them.
This is
Gotta say.
the worst part of this for me is all this hair. It just like creeps me out. The spiky hair on that kid.
Hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably one of the dumbest covers of all time. Like, because I mean, they're kind of like, I don't know if they were still cool at that point anyway, but like for a band like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, who were at one time extremely cool and hip, to put out an album cover that bad, that's like a, well, at least an A for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite S, but this one is kind of like sneaky bad. At first glance, you might not realize how bad it is, but it is bad. It is Gentle Giant and the album Acquiring the Taste.
Trying to be clever there, I guess, or something. I don't know what they're going for this. All these like perverted prog bands, like you wouldn't think because they do they ever even sing about, sex ever? Like prog and sex completely not in the same universe. So to drop an album cover like this, very, very dumb, very lame.
This butt
Like,
that's being licked isn't even symmetrical. Like the left cheek is lower than the right cheek. It's just
well, it's actually a peach. So that's where they catch it. You think
okay.
it's a bud. No, it's a peach.
Is it gatefold? Does it open?
It does, yes. Which makes it kind of even lamer, or just as lame. It's probably an A for me. It's just stupid. A or B.
Uh, it's I think it's A. All right, this next one. I've seen this cover a million times, and I always thought the crazy part was the loincloth. I didn't even notice that the guitars were his arms until today.
Yeah, he's got some sweet covers. Old Teddy Nugent.
They don't even transition very well. It's just like arm and then guitar.
Yeah. This was 1982, so 1980, comma TOO. So, he hadn't even done completely crazy yet. It's the one with Wango Tango on it. It's just a really dumb, lame cover, but probably only like a B for me.
I agree with that. All right. This next one, not such a bad cover until it's paired with the album title. But this is Peter Frampton, I'm in You.
That's a great name for an album. The look on his face too is quite erotic, I must say. Uh, I don't know. It's probably like a B or C.
I think it's a C. And then we got Crash Test Dummies, Give Yourself a Hand.
Yeah, get a closer look at this bad boy here.
Not exactly sure what's happening here.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of subtext below the cutoff there. Like, what's going on? Is his arm gone? Like, is he giving himself his arm or giving? I don't know. It's just lame. I think it's a D though.
All right, then the Miracle. This is another one I think people hate a lot more than I do. I kind of like it.
I think it's very awkward looking and it's weird and it kind of freaks me out. And so, but it's a pretty good Photoshop job before Photoshop existed. So, uh, I'd probably say a D for that one. Maybe C, C or D.
I like it. All right. Then we've got this Rick Derringer cover. Spring
Rick
Fever.
Derringer? That's
That,
Rick?
that's Rick.
Thought it was a very attractive female, Spring Fever. So that's the album that killed his career.
Just the bluest eyes you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks way too much like woman here. And that's just not what I want my guitar heroes to be posing like. It's just a very bad choice by management on that one. I can kind of see why his solo career fell apart.
I think this is B.
Yeah,
I think
definitely
it's worse
B.
than I'm in you.
Definitely.
All right. Born Again by Black Sabbath.
I mean, it's cheesy. It's bad. It's Black Sabbath. Like, you want something satanic there. It's the early 80s. I think it's much better than Metal Magic or that Fates Warning one. Uh, and I'd probably say F for that
Yeah,
one. I
I
don't.
agree. I got no
uh,
problem with it. I think it's fine.
you know.
Carly Simon.
Can we get that one to S?
It's weird magnifying glass cover making her left eye appear large.
That's her 23rd album, 2009. It looks like it was taken by like a 12-year-old, maybe even younger. The font's terrible. Just the composition of everything on there is just awful. But it's not like offensive. So I'd probably have to say B.
He's fine. Next is one I know you hate, Dance of Death, Iron Maiden.
One of the worst computer graphic generated album covers ever. And it just looks so cheesy. It just totally destroys the mood and what they were going for. I mean, I'd say A. I think it's just abysmal. It's just one of the dumbest looking.
It never really bothered me that much until you started talking about it on the channel. I don't think it's as bad as A. I would probably put it in C.
Hmm.
We could split the difference and put it in B.
I think it's worse than Carly, but maybe not quite as bad as Rick.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather look at this than Brett Michaels.
Yeah, I'm like 50-50 there.
All right, next we have the incredibly bizarre Nazareth album cover, the full circle, FOOL, with this weird dolphin horse.
Dolphin horse, you got a jockey riding it. I guess it's like transitioning from a horse into a dolphin as it reaches the water. It's an odd one. Produced by Jeff Baxter. Hmm, that's pretty sweet. Kind of want to hear it now. Not a big fan of Nazareth.
I like Nazareth. That's a bad album cover though. It's at least a B, maybe worse.
Yeah, let's go A or B. Like that looks like a career ender kind of album cover.
Right, next up, we've got Raven. The Pack is Back. They're busting out of these lockers with the weird shoulder pads and stuff on.
Yeah, not a great look there. They look a little too like happy and excited to be there. Like a B, maybe a C. It's goofy as hell, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
C's
Like they're
good.
a hair metal band or glam metal or something. So who the hell cares?
Well, then we get this Foreigner album cover. It looks like some strange body scan, clouds.
I'm not familiar with this one.
It's not the worst cover, but it doesn't make me want to listen to it at all.
Yeah,
It's not appealing.
very early 90s, which probably wasn't a good time for Foreigner, to be honest. Yeah, it's just odd. Like you have like a desert on one side and the sky on the other, or like what's going on there? Yeah, it's just shoddy looking. It's very low budget, low rent. I don't know. B, C.
I think C. All right, then we got Wasp. Fuck like a beast.
What's an F? F for me. It's exactly what it says it is.
I thought we might potentially go S with it. You're all the way at the other end.
I mean, for who they were and what they're trying to do. Well, no, you can't go F. It's probably like a B, maybe. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't get mad at
yeah, I'm not mad at it either. You got all like the blood on him though is pretty funny.
it.
Um, I don't know. See,
Sure.
this is a weird one. This Jimmy Barnes, very strange photo showing off a tattoo that just says Jane that has nothing to do with the album title.
So that's a cold chisel guy. What's the album name?
It's called Out of the Blue, I think, or
Out in the Blue.
Out in the Blue. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. That's a dumb album cover, but seen worse.
it makes me a little uncomfortable. The way he's looking and the angle of it makes his head almost look like it's not really attached to his body. It's strange. It's weird.
Is strange.
But again, yeah, I agree. It's not the worst thing here, but it's weird. I think it's at least a C.
Yeah, we can get C. That seems like a C.
All right, then we got Trial by Fire by Journey. It's another one of those kind of like computer rendered, kind of in the vein of the Iron Maiden a few years prior.
Yeah, it's just like what the hell are they thinking with that? Like I guess those are supposed to be constellations in anthropomorphized form or something. I have no idea what the hell they're going for with this one. One of the all-time head scratchers for me. So I would say A.
Really? Like
I mean, it's not yeah, no, yeah. Like it's kind of cool. It has a lot of cool cover.
yeah, it's not. I don't think it's unappealing to look at. It's a head like what is going on, but I don't mind visually. I don't think it's that egregious.
Just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, B or C.
Uh, we'll go B. All right, Corn Requiem. This weird mushy baby face that's being squeezed, and apparently there's an animated one on Apple Music that's much worse. But I did not. I didn't look at that.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a doll being squeezed or something, hopefully. It's hard to care about corn. This is 2022. It's dumb, but it kind of tracks for corn. So, C.
All right. We got our boy Timothy B. Schmidt. The zebra border wasn't enough. You had to throw a red border around the zebra border. It's it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a dumb cover. It's not offensive. It's not like, I don't know, trying too hard. It's just poorly designed.
I think it's trying pretty hard. I don't know what it's
What's he
trying hard
trying?
to do, but I think it's bad. I think it's at least got to go C, maybe B.
Eh, I don't hate it. Whatever you want, though. I don't care.
All right. Well, we'll go C then. All right. Then we got Virgin Killer. This is an edited cover that we're looking at. If you want to find the real one, you can go find it on Google. It's all blurred. You have to click through and say that you're of age to see it.
And then the FBI kicks your door in. Probably an S for me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, without a question.
I just
Even in whatever year that was, the early 70s, that is just it's
there's
even it's
less.
it's even worse than the Blind Faith cover that could have been on this list, but it wasn't included. But
That's right. Yeah. Same concept. Not a good concept for an album cover.
nope.
Might be why you never hear that one talked about as far as like Scorpions. Like don't mention Virgin Killer.
Try that today. You are canceled.
Yeah. Although it didn't seem to hurt their career at all.
They have a bunch that show up on worst ever lists of yeah. Animal Magnetism shows up on a bunch, and Love Drive also shows up on a bunch of worst lists. They go for it though. I'll tell you.
They didn't love that kind of shit over in Germany. It's
Oh
funny
yeah.
because some of those covers are done by Strom Thorgerson from Hypnosis. So I guess he lost his magic by then.
I like those other two covers that I mentioned. I think they're kind of cool for what they are. They're on this side of my line, and Virgin Killer's on the other side of my line. Yeah, I mean, I think this looks pretty good. Looking at S, we got kind of a bell curve going. S is, I think, pretty clear cut. Those four stand out. I think the A's are, yeah. I think we did a pretty good job first try. I don't know. Is there anything you want to move? I think.
I think we nailed it. S is just disturbing and disgusting. A is just shoddy and embarrassing. B is sort of quirky but also embarrassing. C is just kind of dumb and low rent. D, pretty low rent. And then F, pretty sweet.
All right, so let us know what we missed. We could probably do another video with all of the other bad album covers that are out there. I'm sure there's tons. So if you enjoyed this, drop some in the comments. Let us know how we did with the ones that were here that we rated and ranked, and how you would have done things differently. Drop all that stuff in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check the video description for Patreon if you're interested in supporting us over there. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.